Hello and welcome to the Practical Pisces podcast. I'm Chelsea, your favorite psychic medium, your host and your mentor through the world of spirituality and all things woo. I'm here to share my stories and what I've learned along my path and my experiences. My mission here is to help more people open themselves up to their own intuition and their connection with spirit. And with that, let's open the door to intuition and spirit.
Good morning. Happy New Year. There were a lot I was hearing about 2024. We're going to talk about January, but we're really going to talk about 2024 today. I'm going to go with the deck of cards that is number 8 because we are shifting into an 8-year numerology. First, let's hop into some prayer. If you're able to have space to just gently close your eyes, let all the air out. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. I call on God, I call on Gaia. I call on our grandmothers and mothers before us, our grandfathers and fathers before us. I surround us in the white protective light of the archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Azrael, the Decriel, and Metatron. Let this white light of protection emanate from our solar plexus, clearing away the ego, stress, worry, fear, and doubt, creating a clear, connected channel for all those who are listening. May they receive all guidance for their highest and best good in soul's growth. Amen. And so it is. Happy New Year. So as we step into an 8-year, we can really look at what was the 7-year. I love the phrase, the contraction before the expansion. Last year was uncomfortable so that we could then step into this 8-year with so much success, so much drive, so much connection to our purpose. And we got a lot of clarity around discernment, which feels so uncomfortable. It's discernment for what is and isn't for you, who is and isn't for you. It has forced you to flex your boundary muscles and also helped you see truth in a lot of places. As you see your own truth, you see the truth of everything around you. And so this feels mighty uncomfortable. The one thing that did highlight to me in that is with all that you want, you need to be aware of what can't coincide with it, what can't collaborate with it, who can't collaborate with it. You didn't get these lessons of discernment so you wouldn't use them. So it doesn't mean next year is going to be perfect. Next year is going to be everything and absolutely exactly what you want. Opening to the Lovers card, we are hearing a lot of themes around love lately. Interesting. Because if you're in a relationship, there's a few different ways this can show up. A renewed love, a desire for a deeper love, a desire for change possibly. So as we talk about this 8-year, this is a card I've been seeing a lot. And we're seeing this infinity sign, infinite abundance, infinite abundance. 8 is, what is 8? 8 is power, it's abundance, it's infinity, it's no limits, no ceilings. When we look at, and I've been reflecting as I've been aware of these themes for the year, and I start to look back, I see we've been through a really deep transformative cycle since I want to say like 2018, and all the years in 2018, not all of them have been comfortable, but there is an air of stability and comfort in this next one. Would also encourage you to look at your personal year in numerology. I'm shifting into an 8-year in the collective 8-year. So for me, there will be a lot of opportunities for expansion, success. The other thing, we think about the 8-year, it's money in and money out. So lots of big money in that can then be invested in these things like a new house, a new car. Maybe there are financial business moves. One thing I hear to say is we had to be so intentional about how we spent our money this year. And it's just like really making me emotional, just feeling how everyone felt about it just being so hard. And I'm just really overcome it being so hard just to exist and having to be so smart and having to cut back so many different things as a collective. We felt that. We felt that in our gas prices. We felt that in the grocery store. Like the grocery store bad. There's just so many places where it's just unfair and that we had to be so smart about that this year. But there is this, I love that I cut the deck and this is the card that comes up because as you can see here, it shows fairness, balance, abundance finally being handed out. And then I get this gut punch of this feeling of, though, when I look at this card and I see this one side by side, money to those that are deserving and then karma to those who are not. Now, that word karma, we're not in charge of it. We're not in charge of karma. We don't have to handle it. And so karma is good and bad. Karma is good and bad because for us, if you are in your integrity, abundance will flow to you. This year we're shifting into, from what I've been reading, there aren't as many Venus retrogrades. Venus can really talk to us about finances. And so we don't have as many Venus retrogrades, which also those Venus retrogrades offer opportunities to make big abundance. And there's not as many. And so we have to percolate, like, why aren't there as many opportunities? Because those opportunities are going to those who have been fair and just, like those who have just been ready to receive and have been patient and have done the work and have not approached money with the clenched fist. You've been waiting, and this is that time where it's going to finally shift in your favor. Yes, I hear the angels have been singing your name, singing it with a megaphone, and they're here to, I see this Red Cross too, they're here to save you. And I see so many people are also going to see this. It's not just you, it's like a community. It's the community around you. And I see that color red. It feels like such a theme for the 8-year, which is like root chakra, stability, security. And they're really asking you to pay attention to color right now. Those of you that have accepted this challenge, this call to action, a call to action with your purpose. We think of solar plexus, we think of purpose, we think of that depth of your soul, this intuition, this creativity, this play, this sun energy. And it's saying you finally are on the horse and you're riding into battle with success behind you. We often try to look at the world as if everything is a reflection of me. Why am I calling this situation in of crazy shit, of random shit? I'm like, why? It's not all your fault. And we don't blame here. I don't know why this is the example I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking of a predator. I'm thinking of someone who hunts. And I'm thinking of like, why in my mind, I'm like, do we blame? This sounds terrible. I'm just going to say it. I'm like, they're showing me, okay, a pedophile in a white van. Do we blame the kid who's just at home in their front yard? Tra la 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 la. Do we blame the kid? Oh, it attracted that vibration. No, we don't. We blame the fucking creepy dude who's driving around trying to pick up kids, right? We don't blame the kid. And so there's this reminder. Some people were just going to take from you because you have something to take. Some people will come into your life and see you as opportunity, not friendship, not connection. They see you as an opportunity. And so when I see this card, some people just want you chained to them because you are this fuel. And so just remember, we had to learn this lesson of discernment because some people will start to see this success that you finally step into. And they're like, if I can get around her, or if I can get around him, I'm going to get this too. They will actually see that all these attempts to take will bring them loss, but it will still fuck with your shit. So use your discernment that you just learned. Okay. 2024. Ooh, oh, yes. Okay. I love what I'm seeing, but there's a lot of, think about, there are years that ask questions and there are years that answer them. And there are years that train us for the ones we're meant to thrive in. And we've just been through training and I've got chills. I've got chills and I'm seeing a rainbow behind my eyes right now. Okay. When I think of rainbow, I think all encompassing. I think miracle. I think divine intervention. I literally have chills on my forehead. And when I see these parts, now listen, the more that you do for you and you focus on yourself and what you want when it comes to your solar plexus and it comes to your passion, that's reminding you riding into battle for yourself with your solar plexus, They want me to remind you it's okay that you're doing it alone. Sometimes we collaborate because we don't trust ourselves to do it on our own. Sometimes we think if we collaborate or we work with other people or we join what other people are doing, it'll bring us more success, and that's not true. And there are opportunities where it'll be right to collaborate. There'll be plenty of opportunities where it'll be right to collaborate, okay? But you have to see it as I am my own entity. I am my own thing. I am my own, like, due north, not what someone else is doing. And some people will bring you into collaboration for that same reason because they're not sure if they can do it on their own. And so there's just this reminder, you get to do it on your own. Now, I see these cards and I want to show them all together because I see that this idea you have, that you have been churning and turning on and thinking about and activating and working on. It's like you've had, and I giggle because it's like she's got this bird by her ear, and you have had a little birdie in your ear, just dropping seeds of ideas. Think about, what do birds eat all day? Seeds. When they fly around, what do they poop out? Seeds. And then they spread these amazing ideas throughout all these different areas. And sometimes that's how spirit works. And they come to us, they like drop these seeds of ideas, and we're like, how is that all going to pan out? I don't even know. You've given me this unknown seed and I just have to like let it grow without knowing what it is. What do you mean? And it's saying, though each one of these will blossom into abundance. And I like this card because it's showing 9 things that will blossom for you. You may think of 9 ideas that you've had, I want to say over the last 3 years, 9 ideas over the last 3 years, just percolating. And this Ace of Swords is all about the right idea, the successful idea. I always see this piece as like a phoenix feather, and this is an olive branch, and this crown, and it's like this transformative rebirth that you've been through is bringing you peace. It's bringing you your fucking crown. It's bringing you your success. And other people are going to see your success. There are some people who will see this beautiful life that you've begun to live with all these ideas that you've brought forward. And they're going to say, I want to throw money at that. Now, there's like a big reminder, if money is just energy, when you see someone, I actually want to talk about something that I did recently. There was this course, this like astrology course group saying, and it was this, everything this person said was chills, vibration, resonant with me. And I was like, I feel like I could learn a lot from that. I actually think that would be beneficial for me. I can just feel it. I can feel it. I want to give that person my energy because I know their energy is going to expand me. It's going to bring my energy where it needs to be or bring it to this other place. So I'm going to give energy to receive the energy threefold. And so there's this reminder, remember when you give energy, it comes back to you 3, 10-fold, whatever it may be. And so that other people see that. People with money, and I say a really big abundant money, they know where their money is going to return to them. They trust that when they give, they will also receive. So there seems to be someone who's wanting to invest in you because guess what? They see you're succeeding. They see you have the great idea. Now, I want to understand. Whoa, okay. Though it's interesting, I want to say, okay, for some of you, it feels kind of uncomfy. It's a little uncomfy. For some of you, you're going to start your year with a clearing because there was a lot of us did a lot of work this year. Some of us did not. Some of you did not raise your sword. Some of you said, fuck it. And this could even be like people around you. You may be the person who did work and you're very aware there's people who didn't. Even when, listen, this feels like some of our partners did not do the work. They tried in their own way, but they didn't try it for themselves. Some of the things they did was only because you coaxed it or you tried to activate this healing. Not the same as choosing it. And that feels mighty uncomfy because for them, they have to still do it. It doesn't just go away. And so there are some moments of injustice for them coming up where these big feelings are going to be brought up. And it's not to say like things will end necessarily. It's to say they have to get on this vehicle of change and they're still fighting it, which we all know why. Like us as women, like we know why. they don't want to do it's hard work, it's uncomfortable. And it's like there are lots of opportunities to be uncomfortable between January and March. And there's also a lot of opportunities to trust. How can you handle it better? Sometimes it can be weird to be an adult and try to make friends because there's not necessarily like, especially in our world now, like real life opportunities to make friends with strangers. There's not that many. I know that sounds, but there's really not. When we think about it, there's really not a whole lot of opportunities to make new friends. That's what's coming up. That's what's being asked for. We may have had a lot of lessons this year around discernment and that have made us go, I don't even want to try. I don't even want to try. And it's saying now you can trust yourself to see that. You can trust yourself to see these like good people. You learned the lesson. There's going to finally be people who really see your perspective. And I hear like people who really come from the same place. This community is opening up for you in a way that you really aren't expecting. Nobody being sneaky, nobody being shady. Everyone's tired. Everybody is tired. So there's not as much space for trifling, especially for those of you, again, who are willing to face some of your wounding. But many of us are, every time I see it, I just crack up because it's the people who are like getting money are like the people who have been like starving for it. And I always see him and his cheeks are gone. He's been suffering. And he's finally the one getting the coins, not the fucking person who was super cautious. And no, the tide is shifting. Feels interesting. Which to me almost feels like corporations that are losing money. I'm trying to remember the name of this character. And he would steal from the wealthy and give to the poor. And that's what this feels like. The money is going back to the people. Money is going back to the people. Okay, so this energy of 369, I feel like I've seen that recently. So many swords. I'm going to take these two cards. Show me why. So weird. Why do I keep bringing up justice? I'm over here like anyone who's ever wronged me. I don't really care anymore. I've come to this place of detachment from outcome. Whatever. You go be with the vibration you want to be with. I'm going to go be with my own life. And so Spirit keeps bringing it up for the collective. And I think so many of us are like, okay, but I think we need to see this on a grander scale. The world is going to see people who have done wrong. And there's all this like repayment, unexpected money that has to be repaid. Even if it's only $100, it's more than that. It's like a repayment. You thought you weren't going to get this money, but you're going to get it. You thought you weren't going to get it, but you're going to get it. And it's unexpected. I also hear, though it's not going to fully fill your cup, it's going to help you start to catch up. And you've been hurt by this over and over and over and over again. This money that you rely on. And I hear it's because you kept choosing to keep like asking for it. You didn't give up. You persisted. Sometimes, gosh, does it keep you up at night though? Keeps you up at night, this money that you're supposed to have. I almost feel like that's for someone in specific, so if that makes sense. I literally hear the phrase, it may feel only like a drop in the bucket, but it will make a difference. And even if it's just like the justice of it, like I should have had that. So weird. I also hear to remember, especially as we shift into this 8 year, and this is for also my people who are entrepreneurs, or you have influence if you make more or less, whether that's commission, whether you own your own business, whether you have to sell a product or whatever it may be. There is this reminder, there's going to be a lot of money flowing your way, but where are you leaving money on the table? Where are you being almost like negligent about seeing what is there? Because it's saying, oh, well, I've got all these cups full, it's fine. And it's, well, we keep trying to hand you this other cup and you're not seeing it. And look over here. It's right here. You need multiple streams of it. It's right here. Multiple streams of income right here. I don't know. And that's the way I hear it. And then I see these two different rulers. I need you to think smarter, even more smart about what abundance really is. Like, how do we make something that's as strong as a mountain that can't be moved? But how do we also stay in flow and see that this is a garden that we're building? When we think about and remember this year, it's finally I want to say like the dominoes falling. Like you have been setting up dominoes for so long, ready for them to all cascade and move and flow and connect. And I hear there's some things take time. You may feel like you've been waiting 3 to 5 years for this time to start. And I heard specifically 3 to 5 years for this to start, this to start, this to start. Even if you don't fully know what it is, it's like the puzzle pieces have been getting put together for a while. And I don't know what the picture is yet, but I've got an idea. And you've done this hard work. And they're saying, remember, it's still going to take time, but it will feel like you're starting to see it clearly for what it really is. Man, I really want to understand why they keep bringing this up. What is the point in telling us that there are a lot of people who will also lose money? If you keep trying to play life like a game that's competitive and that you need to do better than other people, or if you keep playing this like it's a competition and that there are only so many winners, or stop playing it like the market is saturated. Because the more that you're worried about looking behind your back to see what everyone else is doing, you're not going to get money. You're not, because you're too worried about, will I have enough? Will I have enough? Will I have enough? Oh, but they're doing this, so I should do this. It's like, you really need to focus. Honey, you need to focus on yourself. What do you want? The right people will come to you. It's not a competition. And the more that you focus on life being a competition, the more you're going to suffer, like period, end of sentence. I actually hear Spirit say, yeah, but that's not supposed to be competitive. It's supposed to be play. It's supposed to be fun. And people stopped having fun. When can you show and shine your light and be the best version of you that you can be and not have to worry about what everyone else is doing and just like vibe, please? This is not competition, cooperation while standing in your power. Okay. Okay, if you are someone who is taking notes right now, I'm going to do a month by month word of the month because I think that'll be helpful for whatever reason. And this is the deck they want me to use. So I'm going to do 2024 month by month, a word of the month. I'm not going to get into necessarily how that's going to show up for you. They just really say, let these be moments of importance and things to focus on. Show me January 2024. Leadership. January 2024. Leadership. February 2024. Okay, so February will have 2 words. Purity and grace. Purity and grace for February 2024. March 2020. Wisdom. March 2024. The word is wisdom. April 2020. Letting go. Letting go. May is flow. June is enchanted. July 2024, manifesting dream. August, uncertainty. August, September. September, flexibility. October, patience. November, enlightenment. December had 3, sorry. December asked for acceptance, stability, and courage. Okay, I'm going to ask Spirit for any. What else did you want to bring up? What else would you like me to cover, Spirit? Give me a topic. Oh, that's a good one. A big focus for 2024 is making sure you have a sanctuary. Now, this could be needing to have your place, your space. This could be buying a new house. This can also be creating a space within your house that is your sanctuary. I love this card because it shows a rabbit holding an hourglass, and then we've got a bear and a fox. Now, when I think about these creatures, I really see this bunny rabbit is showing you there is a window of opportunity to take advantage of, like to utilize it for all that it is. And it's to be smart is to know how to take your time, when to move quickly, when to move slowly. But the time is quickening. Things are quickening. Things are moving much faster. And they're saying in that same moment, then I lean into the bear. Now, when I think of bear, it's knowing when to rest. It's knowing when to go and get what you want. It's knowing how to enjoy the beauty around you. When I think of a bear, I think of this memory when I was a kid when we had a boat once upon a time, and we were on this lake in Northern California. And in the distance, it looked like there was a dog in the water, and I was freaking out. Mom, there's a dog in the water. And then it turns out that it's this bear, and it's just gently swimming. And it's like the middle of the night, it's gently swimming, it's just looking around, and it's just being present. And it's the middle of a summer night, and this bear is just swimming through the water at its own pace, and for not any particular reason, just doing it. And I remember that moment thinking, God, bears have it made. They're always warm. They have infinite nature and home and fun. They're atop of the food chain, so they don't have to really worry about anybody, and they just get to enjoy the scenery around them. And so this sanctuary, take it for what it is. Let it be nature that becomes your sanctuary, or let it be a space within your home that becomes your sanctuary where you can look at nature. The other thing I see is this fox. And when I think of fox, there's this card in the Animal Apothecary deck that I love so much, and it says almost there. And it's this big reminder that we take our time learning all these lessons before all that we've been manifesting and all that we desire and all that we want for ourselves. We have to go through a learning process of preparing for what's to come in so that we can actually handle it. I think about some of the things I'm doing today, and 3 years ago, me would not have any fucking clue how to live my life. And she would not know what to do with this. She would be real stressed and overwhelmed and probably self-sabotage, all of it. And it's to remind you, you had to learn everything that you learned to get you ready for this point. And it's to really honor, acknowledge that things take time. I want to ask specifically for January. What do we need to know specifically for January? Big, overwhelming feeling, big, overwhelming feeling. There are so many changes coming in the month of January. And I get this, almost this full feeling. Your heart will be so full that as you make changes, it won't even trip up your step. Just embrace the moment of uncertainty because the beginnings have begun. You just have to stay focused. And when you lose sight of what it is that you want or need, keep asking for signs and be specific, be specific. When you are feeling so uncertain with all the changes that are happening around you and you need clarification, you can get a reading or ask for signs from the world of spirit to help you see what needs to be seen. And also, sometimes we get our answers if we wait. How often, if we would have just waited a few more days, would we have gotten clarity that we didn't necessarily need to be stressed about? Sometimes, if we're not sure what we need, can we give it time? Can you sleep on it? What else do we need to know for the month of January 2024? It is so crazy that it's 2024. I keep going. I feel like I've been looking forward to this year for a long time because I knew what it was going to be. And I was like, this year's going to be lit. Okay, January 2020. It's like all the abundance that January is about to bring is meant to be. All the abundance that January will bring is meant to be because the shadow work has been done. Oh, those blocks have started to really, really shift away. Stay on the avoiding drama. Stay on it. I want to remind you in my mind, think about somebody who has 1,000 followers and someone who has 20,000 followers. When you're shifting how much exposure that you have to people, you have more exposure to differing opinions. It could be so easy to let the little things bring drama, to let these things, I even hear you don't have to engage in lower vibrational people, places, or behavior. You literally do not have to engage because engagement means that you're speaking to and you don't have to. And I give this example of this kind of, if you see someone like this that has like a large following versus a small following, there is more ability to filter and control on the smaller scale than there is on this higher scale, and that you need more support on this higher scale than to do it on your own. And so I almost want to say, wouldn't you rather have to go through trials and tribulations and learning when there's less people looking? And not that we're meant to care about what anybody else thinks, but when there's so many eyes on you, it can feel really uncomfortable to be seen and we fuck it up a little bit less when we really have the eyes on us, and fuck it up now while things are easy and small and have a little room to make some mistakes. And so remember, you're still getting stronger. You've been building this strength, this resilience, this persistence, this new energy of detachment of outcome. And you've been working on it for quite some time. So let this strength be what helps you take a risk, because this no fucks attitude that you've been preaching, well, it's going to ask you to take a risk. Oh no. Okay. Any questions from the audience at this time? Anybody have anything coming up for them? Okay. What I'd like to do is pull one card from each deck that I have, just from, not from the top, from the bottom of the deck. Okay. Well, I see why now, damn. And I have 12 decks. The first deck talking about 2024 is creation story. The path is finally open. When I think of this, like the path is open, how often in our day are we driving and we have to wait for the opportunity to turn right or to turn left or whatever it may be? How often do we have to wait for the path to clear? We've been waiting for the path to clear, be ready, removing all these roadblocks, removing all these things that keep us from getting there exactly how we want to. So trust that the pathway is finally clear. Take action. There's also this big reminder about beauty in the 8-year. Beauty doesn't mean, oh, you're the beauty queen, you have to do this, or this. It's more to say, when you let yourself have this beautiful ritual with like how you take care of yourself and how you make yourself feel good, on the days that I do my hair and I put a little bit of makeup on and I wear the thing that makes me feel cute, I enjoy my day more. I just do. And there are days where I'm a freaking gremlin for days and days and days on end, and that's fine. In these moments when we are creating, when we are creating and we are showing up and we want to be seen, why not honor our vessel by showing up as our most beautiful, high vibrational selves with what feels right to us? Now, the other thing I see is the keep trying. This year may have almost made you want to stop trying. Maybe it made you question if you even want to be on this planet for a moment. Maybe it shattered a lot of beliefs for you and it made it hard to even trust much of anything. And this moment is saying, keep trying. This was all to teach you. Keep trying. The other thing I see is this, the fact that, by the way, that both of these were 21 bottom of the deck, side by side. How weird. See this energy healing in the green. Green is the heart chakra. This year really helped us evaluate our heart, evaluate how we love, evaluate who we love, to see what it is that our heart truly desires. All year, I've been thinking about leading with my heart, leading with our hearts, leading with love, compassion. To thrive, you've got to lead with your heart and what your heart desires. And I think as we shift into this new year, we have to keep actively listening. What does my heart want? Hopefully this year it got louder. Now, I love this card, being 21, the world, Archangel Michael, all of the infinity signs that we've been talking about all day today. And it says, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude are all within your grasp. The path towards enlightenment stands before you. Now, this path, so many times do I hear people wondering, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choice? The answer always a resounding yes, you're on the right path, because you get to choose your path. You get to choose different paths. There is so much free will here for us. And you've done so well at clearing so many things out of the way so the path would be clear. Like, path is the freaking word of the day. Now, the other thing I'm seeing is really let yourself work through any final moments of fear, because everything that is coming in is so powerful. And we've been shown you want to be seen, but your biggest fear is being seen. You got to work through your fear for the thing that you desire most. So let yourself literally, actively work through what you fear, that you can have the life that you want. Let's see. I felt called to answer this question that's come up on the chat here in a second. And I'm actually going to talk about March. Okay. We'll circle to that in a moment. The next card I see is lightning. When I think of lightning, I think of charge. I think of maybe a little bit of chaos, but there's this deep electric connection that is so profound. And there's this feeling of lightning strikes the same places often twice. I want to say you may feel like lightning strikes you in January, and to understand that it's going to strike again in the year, There will be, and it will feel so very powerful and have abundance with it. I want to say these two cards together. You can understand that this power year, when we think of power, it is a masculine energy. It is a masculine energy. And when we think of action, that is also masculine, because when we think of the divine feminine, it is void, it is expansiveness, it is these different things. But when we need to take action, we have to lean into our masculine, and our masculine is really going to push us through a lot this year. We'll feel busy, we'll feel good. Understand what masculine you don't resonate, what masculine that you do, and honor that. Having the right idea and letting that idea come through a channeled space. Like, you are really more in tune with your intuition now than you were a year ago. You've got the right idea. And the last card, which is one I had already touched on, is take a risk. Take a risk. Okay. I'm going to answer this question, come through on the chat. Should I do the event in March and trip in April? Now, I got yes on both. The event in March, I actually hear, if it comes up that right before that you feel like you have to burn it all down and start over, to honor that, and that from that place will create something that lasts a long, long time. I know that sounds specific. And that April, the travel, I hear it almost would be to betray yourself to not do it. It would almost be to betray yourself to not do it in April. And that being loyal to one's desire is most important in this scenario. Okay. Hope that answers that question. Apparently, you got some cool shit to do. I think I want to pull one final card and let y'all go. I want to go bottom of the deck, year. It's like we are entering such a renaissance. We are entering such a renaissance for what feels like a good 20 years. The artists, the creatives, the intuitives, the feminine, the deserving, the spiritual people are really going to be rewarded in the next 20 years for all that they've done. But we've been taking a back seat for a while. Been taking a back seat for the last 25 years. And so there is this huge shift in saying it's your time. This year is like the kickstart of it's your time. And I've got chills. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. This Saturday, my 8-week psychic mediumship program called Opening the Door to Intuition and Spirit is starting. We've got 4 spots left. I am so thrilled to join you all in community. This class has been transformative for everyone who's taken it. They have seen their trust in themselves, their intuition expand in a huge way. And they've seen themselves be more and more connected to the world of spirit and themselves. This works on an emotional level, as well as a spiritual level, as a physical level. And I am so proud of what this has become. If this is something that you have been considering, reach out to me, go to my website, let me know, because I'm looking for some intuitive, badass people who want to collaborate energetically to create a new wave of light workers. And with that, I'm bringing this to a close. See you all very soon.
Are you ready to open the door to intuition and spirit? Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm a psychic medium. I'm your spiritual mentor this January 2024 to my 8-week program, Opening the Door to Intuition and Spirit. In this course, you connect in community. You build trust with yourself. You build trust with your intuition. You open that channeling capability while also learning tarot cards, spirit art, and finding your own flow through the world of intuition. So kick off the new year trusting yourself more, knowing about your spirit guides, being able to flow through a professional tarot reading, sit with spirit art, and mediumship. Let's open the door 2024.